Good morning, YouTube. Thanks for sharing your time with me today. It's Queen Pam, Elon QP, and I'm going to be doing some more journal work, but not actually inside my journal because, as you can see, it's getting a little difficult to work inside it. I did this yesterday off camera. I used some of those spritz by Tim Holtz. The blue doesn't really sparkle all that much, and I had put the blue on my central colored image, and then I put some other things on top of it to get the shimmer that I wanted. And this was done with archival ink in the back with some alcohol sprayed over it on a piece of acetate, and then I plopped the acetate where I wanted it to go, like Wendy Vecchi teaches. But today I want to play again with these stamps from Alison Bomber and use some of her techniques. So I have this Fabriano. I've got tons of it because I bought like a bunch of it, and then a friend bought some and the corners were bent and she didn't want it, and they sent her some more and she shared the bent corner ones with me, but this isn't one of those. And so I have taken a bunch of the sheets and cut it in half both ways, and it comes out to be 4.5 by 6. And I'm gonna get some mess cleaned up and then I'll be back. I also got in the mail from P.M.Artist Studio. In case you don't know who they are, here's their card that they sent with my products. And this was a freebie. They cut their stencils out of Yupo. So might be a product coming to me real soon so that I can play with my cutters and see what I can make for myself. What started me down this rabbit hole was Carrie the Crafter has a postcard challenge that he's doing. I'd love to do challenges, but then I feel guilty when I don't really keep up, even though I know that isn't, something that's required. It's all voluntary, but I feel bad if I can't keep up, so I'm not gonna. But he used this stencil here in his challenge, and I went on their website to find it because I just had to have it, and it came as a set of 4. Wished I could have just got it because I don't see myself with that one or that one, maybe that one. But anyway, what I like about their stencils, you get choices on the sizes on a lot of them. I'm not sure if there was a choice on this 4, but I think they're like let's get a ruler. I think they're like 5 by 7, and it may even have said that on the other sheet of paper. They are not. They are 4.5 by 6. So actually the size of my papers. So they might get used in creating a background. And I love this, that they've done it for you so you can clearly see it. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to store these so that I can keep that with them. Oh, what is this called? Lazy Layers. This one is Forest Floor, and you can see it. And it's a 5 by 7. All the information is right there. So the 5 by 7 looks pretty good. I also got another 5 by 7, Dance Moves 12. Now, this is an alphabet, and it is really cool the way they've worked it out. So in one direction, you get the first 12, A, B, 2, first 12, and then if you rotate it, you get 12 more, because this is that one turned to the right, and then the last 2, this one is turned upside down. Very, very cool. I won't be using it as an alphabet. I just thought it was cool mark making. Because when my mark, you should use your own marks. I generally want something that looks more like this, and mine don't come out that way. I'm not afraid of using my own hand. Messy borders. This is 9 by 12. I would like there to be a shrunk down version, but long. You know what I'm saying? So I still want 9 by 12, but I want these in a smaller motif so that they would work better on the borders that I use. And then this one is an 8 by 10 mask called Dream Big. And I imagine the words probably, speak to that. I can't read it. So, out. No. Tried to read it. Maybe I'd be able to read it. I can't read it even when it's, printed. So, but I love text. So we're going to use some of these. I'm oh so sure. But the first thing I want to do is show you that alcohol ink archival. Oh, they also sent me some of their artwork. How cool is that? Very cool. And everything came in this wonderful piece of glassine. There are 2 of them. We can use that. All right. So, let's do the acetate thing and the archival. I want to clean this, and the only way really to clean archival is with alcohol. And I think I'm on the right side where I put the stuff. And if not, we'll flip it over. And I was not, so we will flip it over. And get that alcohol. Get those off. Because I want to do some blue, some purple and blue this go round. And I'm just reaching blindly for the first 2 that I find in my container. And they are violet and cornflower blue. So hopefully they mix together well. We'll put that off to here. My extra papers out of the way and just have one right here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I didn't do that. There we go. Won't be so far away now. And I hope I'm still recording, and I am. I'm having a good time. Okay, there we go. And I might as well do this one too. And what I like to do is put some out. A la Tim Holtz. One of those is getting dry. I'm going to have to find the re-inkers for those. And I think this time I'm going to take this and get them mixed in together. This dries quickly, so you kind of have to work quickly or put some more. So I will. All right, good enough. And let's touch down. A little bit off camera, sorry. Coming up. And I need, I think, a little more blue at this bottom. So just sprinkle it. Give it a spritz of some alcohol. Tappity tap. It is definitely going to absorb in. So you have to be aware of that and be all right with it. I really didn't care for those color mix, but it is what it is. Let's try and get some more purple on here, because the purple sort of went to some other odd color. And you can see that there's some left. Just spray it again. And pretty much the majority of it is on this paper. Okay, so that's not a background that I love. So I am going to use one of the crackle stamp, and I need a block. I'm going to use this one because I don't really necessarily want all of it anyway, and I still would like some more purple. Now it's getting a little better. I'm in a little close. Now I would maybe use this, I don't know. Giving it some borders. And then I'm most definitely going to knock this down with something, some watered down white, because of what I'm going to want to do on top of it. Or maybe not. I might save it for some other plan. Alright, background 1. So that was the alcohol inks. Now I'm going to do a distress technique. So I've put down my Tim Holtz mat, the one with the rubber corners, so that it stays down. And I have shaded lilac and faded jeans. We'll see how this goes. And I might definitely have to zoom out. Okay, so put down a little bit of faded jeans, and I'm going to put down some shaded lilac. Shaded lilac is a lot wetter, and I'm going to mix them together. I think I'm going to spray it again. I'm also going to mist my paper, but it's not really like a mist. It's more like really big drops, so I'm going to get some saturation a little bit different in some areas than I get in others. And yep, so we're going to dry it, and then we're going to reapply it. Dry, reapply. And not all the way dry, just dry enough. And I don't want that dark blob at the end because I didn't wet the back of my paper. So as soon as my paper goes flat, that's good enough for me to reapply. And move it back around. Some dippities. Dry, reapply. I wasn't sure if I would like this color combination because I didn't look to see any combination colors. I just went with it. Again, don't want that dark color there, at least not in that straight of a line. Okay, I am going to, as soon as I find it, my other Mr. bottle. Okay, no, I'm not. I just misted the back just a little bit so that I don't get that much running. Dry, reapply. And I'm going to put some water drops on there and dry. This is just something I got at the Dollar Tree or Walmart. And I like it because it puts out big blobs of water, because I can't do that flick thing with the Tim Holtz sprayer. I never could get it to spray softly enough. Here's where we are. And I like it. And because I like it, I'm going to dab some of the other wet spots up. I do like it. Now I'm going to flick on some of this remaining color. Would like some darks, so needed a little wetter. And I like it. I think I will set it aside to dry. Well, so see you. Psst. I'm not sure what recorded, so I used these two sprayers to add various amounts of water. This one, they both have distilled water, so that's how I roll in my craft room. And my crackle stamp that I misted with water to put the design on there. And make sure there's none of that blue and purple left, because the colors I'm moving to, that would make mud, orange marmalade, and picked raspberry. Get these closed and out of the way. And you as well. I'm making a mess, so I gotta get the you out of the way as well. So picked raspberry and orange marmalade. And water. kind of like that, but not enough. Alright, I did not miss this paper before, and that might be something. I love vivid colors. So I'm going to give this a little more water, and this too. Try to get a full coverage there. Yes. The other was pretty, but it wasn't what I was going for. And then we will give this back a little mist so it can settle down and not all the color run everywhere. Okay, so I think I would like, it's mostly orange now, so I'm gonna go with the picked raspberry over here. Yep, that's what I wanted. And I'm going to spray it. I really like this little piece here. You guys can't see it as well, but when I hold it up to the camera, I think you will be able to. It's like a little river, and I want to keep that big area. So I'm really am gonna really get it practically dry. There's like the little river running through there. Even though I'm so tempted to dip it again. Nope, leave it alone. Get this. Misty, misty. Let it dry some, and then you can hit it with the water drops. When I see the paper sort of relax back down from the bubble that having too much water creates, then I know that it's dry enough for me to get the dot, to do the dot work. I was reading an article today from the woman who puts on the index deck card a day, and she said something about, don't be afraid to deviate from your plan. Was the gist of it, or that's the way I took it. Because then that said to me that I wanted to play with the Alison Bomber stamps, but some of this is calling for some Tim Holtz stuff. And a little spritz water. Dry, and then we'll evaluate. Do we want to apply more, or do we want to leave it alone? I think we're going to want to leave it alone. I decided to try out one of these stencils, and I'm going to take a baby wipe and take down that side. And I want to make sure I don't really do anything else. Gave it a spritz of water to really help it. And I'm real sure that it has worked because we can see that it's practically white. And there we go. Down that side. And we will spritz it. We will dry it. And put it aside. And I really don't like to leave distress anywhere, because it could be a weird surprise later on, or a welcome surprise. Well, and it is not coming off, so it's stained, but at least this way I will know that there's no distress surprises coming. All right, so I don't want to keep you all day, so I'm going to go back to this one. I am going to stay with the Alison Bomber like I said, and I'm going to take this one, and come right up this side. What do you think? Do you agree? I think it's going to be okay. And I am a stamper, so even though this is art journaling, I'm going to use my Misty. And I think I need a green. Hold on. So I have evergreen bough, and I want evergreen bough for the stems. And I can do that. And I want a mist because I want it to be watery. There are my stems, and I can wipe it off because I am not I do have a fear of contaminating my ink pads. Alison Bomber does not I'm not that girl. There we go. I didn't miss it. That's okay. Because what I'm going to do anyway is take my water brush and my picked raspberry, I'm not moving it because I'm going to put it back. I'm going to stamp over the top, I should say. Alison Bomber would know what these plants are. I don't. And now, get that off my water brush. So the next time there are no weird surprises about that, let's do the same thing. Don't need nearly as much for the green. All right, there's that. And then let's hit it again. But I want, nope, I don't. I was gonna make it like watercolory, but I think it needs to be more visible here. Yep. And it is really looking like neon on my camera, but it is not in real life. It's a little bit less intense. Do I want another one? Yeah, I think I do. And so let's get the stamp cleaned off. And I think I'll just do it in outline. Over here. Okay, now we got to get you to not move. Well, if I'm just going to outline it, then it doesn't matter. And in fact, I'm going to outline it in the spice marmalade. Yep. And so it's just there in the background. You can barely see it. I'm going to want to do it again. tend to like to work in my lap, which is why I keep going off camera. Why? I don't know. I have a nice large desk. So since that's in the background over here, I'm going to want some in the background over here. So it's going to have to be up high in order for it to work in the Misty. I should have just got my big Misty out. There. And there, you can see it in the background. I want a very pale brown also in that background, so I'm going to grab it. I decided to go with pumice stone, and I'm just going to shift this down and see where you, nope, you can't land there. You could land there. Because I really don't want it over my flower at all. So, there you go. And yes, so I can see it. And if I do it like that, where are you? Okay, happy? Right there, don't move. You did. I'll figure it out. Boom. I'm gonna have to use my hand because I want a little bit on this other side. And there we are, just need some words. And Alison has provided us with some. And I'm going to choose moments. I'm going to put it back in here because I'm a better stamper with the Misty. Some kind of little net on my desk. Moments there or moments here. I think here. That's where I'm going. I know Distress doesn't like to stamp well, which is why I want the Misty. There's two. I didn't check to see if that was right side up. I'm really glad that I did, that it was. Just gonna give it one. And I'm gonna go off over this side so that it's not perfect. And that, my friends, is it for today. I really appreciate you stopping by and seeing what I'm doing. And now I can just stick this in that overly fat book. And in fact, I like the contrast of that one. I thought I was saving it for the blue, But let's just stick it down right there. I've got my sweet petunia glue press, and I can pop it right in. I could easily also have done this with my ATG gun. Now what I normally do after you guys are gone, I'm going to sign and date it like I always do, but this one I'm going to write some notes out here as to what I did. But as always, I leave you in the hands of the Creator. Bye-bye.